A very good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Kumar Parag. Today I will be discussing chapter 11 from Beehive, If I Were You. Now, before starting or discussing the chapter, let me give you a brief introduction about the author, the playwriter. Because this is a drama. So it was written by Douglas James, and he was a British colonial administrator, and he was a governor of North Borneo and Sierra Leone. I have given this example. I am giving you the introduction. The reason because so that you can have a better understanding of the play. Now this is a one act play. So what is a one act play? Is one act play is there that not many acts are there, only single act is there, so that can be completed in 20, 25, or 30 minutes. The subgenre of this one act play is 10 minutes play, which is now very popular among the audience. The reason because the people do not have much time. Now coming to the chapter, there are only two characters in this play. One is Gerard and the other one is the intruder. We do not know the name in this, the name of the intruder. So it is everywhere, it is the intruder written, and the whole of the drama revolves around these two characters only. It is not that any other character is there in it or galaxy of characters are there in it. There are only two characters. Now, one thing I have given in note that what I have taken lines from the chapter and they are in italics, so that you can have a better understanding. Now, the first thing it is there that when you are going to start reading this particular chapter or this particular drama, the one act play, for example, here you are going to be finding that Gerard is of medium height and he is well cultured. So why it is there? It is there in it. This description you are going to get it later. So the play starts with the description of the small cottage, and the reason the small cottage is given in elaborately discussed, or it has been elaborately said about the cottage. The reason because so that you can have a better understanding of the cottage, because the play, when you are reading this particular play, in your mind the pictorial view can be formed of it, that where this play and which is the place, what type of place it is. So that's why everything is given in detail and minutely. For example, there is an entrance back right which may be curtained. Another door to the left must be a practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of small table towards the left, a chair or two, and a divan rather upstage on the right. On the table is a telephone. Now, through this description, it is not the description of the furnitures and the things which are there and what type of entrance it has. It also shows that that Gerard is from a middle class family. He is not from a very top class family. He is from a middle class family. So that is what is shown, because they are simple. The furniture is simple. Here it means that when we do talk about furniture in simple in particular, here it means that he has no hi-fi things in him, and he is not a very rich kind of a person, or he is very from a very affluent class. He is from a middle class, a normal person who is living normally, so that whatever the things he wants to have in his house, so those things are described in it. So after this, you are going to read that Gerard was packing the bag to go out. He is a playwright. Now Gerard was packing, and he was going out for some work or to some place, and this intruder, the same of unnamed person of same build, enters the house. Now here, when you are comparing both the characters, they are of same physique, the same physicality, they have same height, and they are equally strong. Means that why it is necessary, when you are going to be reading at the end, when you are going to come to the end of this particular chapter, you are going to understand that. And here the author, the dramatist has stressed on it, on their build and what type of physicality they have. The playwright has stressed on it. Now if we are going to read the particular, these are some of the lines are there. this is all very melodramatic, Gerard says, not very original perhaps. Now he's a playwright. Now it is like a simple, an uninvited person is coming to his house and to his cottage or house, whatever you like to say. So it is there because the cottages are small, they are not that big. The houses are big in comparison to cottage, so he is living in a cottage. So this is very melodramatic, not very original, means that he was expecting that something else happening, for example that he is going to force his way inside or something else. So that what he's stressing on. Now if you are going to read about the intruder trying to be calm, the intruder is nervous. Why? Because he doesn't know that when he's going to, because he's an uninvited person, and when he's going to force himself in, he doesn't know what will be the end result or what will be the repercussion. So that's why he's trying to be calm. So from these lines you are going to make it that he is full of nervousness when he enters Gerard's cottage. After that, intruder: thanks a lot, you will soon stop being smart, I will make you crawl, I want to know a few things, see. Now from the very beginning, if you are going to read this particular chapter, you are going to find that the intruder had this back in his mind that he has to overpower the owner of the cottage. No matter what type of person he is, fortunately for intruder also, he was of the same build, but in his mind he is saying that I want to in his mind it is there that he wants to overpower this particular person. That's why he says that I make you crawl, I want to know a few things. Now he also wanted to know some things about Gerard also, that is going to come later. Now intruder likes to know about Gerard's background. Now why he wants to know about Gerard's background, that mystery is going to be solved in the end. Now Gerard, in a way, he says he started telling the story from the beginning of his when he was a child. At last a sympathetic audience, I tell you the story of my life, how as a child I was stolen by the gypsies, and why at the age of 32 I find myself in my lonely Essex cottage. How? Now if you see the first line of this particular drama or this one, at last a sympathetic audience, means that way back in the mind of Giraffe, he has a regret or he feels sorry of his childhood, because he was a loner and he was from the beginning of his life, he was stolen by the gypsies. Now who are the gypsies are there? Now basically these gypsies, gypsies are the people who don't have their permanent home. They roam around cities and they always and they don't have a permanent house or a home, and they live outside the cities, and they live outside the cities for a few years, and then they go to some another city. Now these gypsies are very common in Romania. The Romanians in India, we call them, for example, if you just for your information, we call them Banjaras. So these are the people are there who live outside the city, and they do not mingle with the people of the city, and they have their own group as when we do talk about gypsies. Now he was stolen by the gypsies. Now he has a regret that he was not able to see his biological parents, or he was not born and brought up by his biological parents. And because like the gypsies who are living outside the city, he has also developed the same habit, that at the age of 32 I find myself in my lonely Essex cottage. That this cottage is also outside the city, is not or near the city, you may say, but not inside the city. So that's why he is saying that at the age of 32 I find myself lonely, because no neighbors are there. From the, if you are going to read this particular drama, you are going to find that he is a loner, and he wants to mingle with the person but unable to do so because of his background, because he was born in such a bond and brought up in such a way that is always outsider. He is not able to have a contact with the city people. So that is there, and that's why he uses the term sympathetic audience. The sympathetic audience means that at least a person, he thought that this intruder is a good person and he's going to listen about his background or from how he was born, how he was brought up. So that's why he says, Gerard says like this. Now, the intruder, keep it to yourself and just answer my questions. You live here alone. Well, do you? And if I don't answer, threatening tone is there. Now, intruder is not interested that whether he was stolen from the gypsies, whether he was stolen by the or he what type of how he was brought up. He was only interested that whether he is living here alone or not. Why it is there, the mystery again is going to be solved when you are. I will not be telling it right now. At the end, I'm going to tell you, you are going to understand. So that, and a sense of excitement is there when you read this particular chapter. So when we do talk about this one, he's only interested that who are the other people living with him in the cottage, or how many people are visiting him, who are his friends. So he was more interested in that. So, and Gerard understood, and he says that if I do not answer, if I don't answer, here he tries to say that he wants that he should understand that whether he has any kind of liberties that he can answer the question or not. Then the intruder is threatening Gerard, and he is threatening that he is compelling Gerard to answer when you are going to read the particular drama. Now, Gerard on other way tries to investigate. He's not a detective, but intruder is an uninvited person. So for that reason, he is trying to be investigative, that are you American, or that is merely a clever imitation. So here when he's saying are you American, because the accent, the speaking English is the same, but the British accent of speaking of English is different and the American accent is different. So that's why he's trying to inquire that he is British who is acting like an American, or he is actually an American. Now, intruder, listen, this gun's no toy. I can hurt you without killing you and still get my answers. Now, the intruder doesn't want to kill at that time because he doesn't know the full background that who is living there. So he wants to hurt it by shooting it on his arm or on his leg. So that's why he is saying that it is not a toy and I can hurt you without killing you. It's the reason because he is saying that Gerard is going to get a painful death if he is not going to answer the questions given by asked by intruder. Gerard, of course, if you put it like that, I will be glad to assist you. I do possess a car and it's in the garage round the corner. Now, Gerard very well understands that inside the house and he's a wise person and he is pursuing the intruder that he should come with him in his car and which is in the garage, and they can go outside to a lonely place where they can discuss further. Now, intruder also likes the idea. That's better. Do people often come out here? Again, he's coming to his basic question that how many people are coming, whom he is meeting, how many friends he have, and what type of person he is. So that is he is asking. Gerard is saying very rarely, surprisingly, few people take the trouble to visit me. There is a baker and the green grocer, of course, and then there is a milkman, quite charming, but no one so interesting as yourself. Now, very rarely, for example, the Gerard is saying that from the description of Gerard, we can make out that he's a single person. He may be a bachelor or a divorcee, we do not know, because the description of we only have a description of Gerard is that he is a 32-year person, who is a 32-year-old person who is living in a cottage or from outside the city. So that is there. So in the whole of the this drama, we do not get any glimpses that, for example, that whether Gerard is a married person, a loner, or his family is out or something like that. We do not get any idea. From this description, we can make it out that he is a single. He is single, and he is hardly 32 years old, and he is unmarried. So very rarely, surprising, few people take the trouble to visit me. That very well shows that Gerard doesn't have many friends. He's a friendless kind of a person, and very few people means that in month or 2 months any single person is there. The only persons who are visiting him weekly or are the people who are the greengrocer or the milkman, or those people. Milkman may be coming every day. So those things, those people know Gerard. Other than that, he doesn't have many people to visiting his cottage. Now, Gerard tries to know about the intruder just out of curiosity. Now, he knew that intruder is a criminal, and out of curiosity he wants to know that what is his speciality. So he is a jewel robbery that intruder himself accepts, and intruder also says that so are the cops, I can retire here nicely for a little while. Now comes the mystery unfolds, that why he is asking, this mystery is solved rather, that why he has chosen Gerard or this particular cottage. The reason, because he wants that if he is going to live outside the city, nobody is going to recognize him. Now since Gerard is a loner, so he can retire here nicely by killing Gerard, and he may pose himself as Gerard. So that's why so are the cops, I can retire here nicely for a little while. Now for a little while means that he doesn't want to go to prison. He wants to have a life so that he can live there. Nobody can recognize him. All the basic needs is getting fulfilled, and he has enough money to take care of it. So that's why intruder is saying that he wants this place so that he can live there. Now, Gerard, you mean to live with me? A trifle sudden, isn't it? You have not been invited. Now, Gerard was thinking some other way, that thinking that the intruder wants to live with him, and he thought that he is a person. Okay, he is a criminal, so he is going to be living with him. So that's what Gerard was thinking. But intruder has something other in mind. He wanted to kill Gerard, and he wanted to pose as Gerard in front of the outer world. Now, this is the most important part is there, because he wanted to kill him so that he can take the position of Gerard, and he can pose himself as Gerard, because nobody can recognize it. Now remember, this particular drama was written way back in 50s or 40s, for example, and then this electronic identification, these things were not there. So don't get confused. And it was written way back because during the colonial times, and it was very easy to force the document and pose somebody else. So that is there when you are going to read this particular drama. Now, intruder, yeah, I will be sorry to do it. I have taken a fancy to you, but it's just got to be done. Now, intruder was adamant. The intruder was adamant that I have to kill this person, because after killing this particular person, then only I can survive. So that is the thing you are going to find it, that he has mentally made up his mind to kill Gerard, and he can, so that he can take his place, and at the same time he can pose as Gerard and can live. Maybe for some time he is telling that for some time I want to live. He wants to live. Maybe in his mind it was there that he wants to live all his life there, posing as Gerard. Now, intruder also accepts that he has already committed a murder. For example, he has shot a cop. Now, here it is for him, for the intruder, when you are going to read this particular drama, you are going to be finding that for him murder is nothing new, and he knows very well, for killing a single person, then also he will be hanged. For killing two person also he will be hanged. So he says he has a thinking in mind that if I can avoid the cops for some time, so what's wrong in it? I'm already a murderer. So if I will be doing another murder, so then also the same prison and the same punishment is going to be there. So that's why he has this thing in mind, and he wants to kill Gerard. Now again, Intruder says, these are from the lines from the drama, I have got freedom to gain. As for myself, I am a poor hunted rat. As Vincent Charles Gerard, I am free to go places and do nothing. I can eat well and sleep and without having to be ready to beat it at the sight of a cop. Now, intruder is saying these things because he is fed up of running from one place to another, because he doesn't have any permanent place to live, and he wants to be unrecognized. That's why he is saying this. I have got freedom to gain, because he is already a robber. He has enough money, but he is not able to spend those particular money of he is unable to spend the money. So for that reason he is saying that he wants to pose as Charles Gerard, and he can go around, and he doesn't want to go to the city also. He wants to go around the cottage or the lonely places, and he can eat and sleep in a quiet manner. Now, Girard says you are not particularly decorative. Decorative, he is saying that when you have the money and those and you have the luxury, so you are not going to the city. So that's why he is using the word decorative. Now, intruder like Girard wants to have a simple life, so where he can settle down. Intruder then says, no, well, that goes for you too. I have only got to wear specs and I will be enough like you to get away with it. Now, intruder is confident that since they both have the same build, they have the same physicality. So for that reason, it will be easier for the intruder, for example, to pose like Gerard. And Gerard asks, "What about the clothes? They will let you down if you are not careful." Intruder, "That's be all right. Yours will fit me fine." Now, these line very well shows in the why the dramatist in the beginning has described the physicality of both the characters. Both are of same build, both are of same height, both have the same the shoulders, or means that the size of the shoulders or the chest is the same. So the physicality is described in particular, and now you can understand that why the dramatist was more interested to describe the physicality of both the characters. Now, Gerard, your idea is to elude the police by killing me and taking on my identity. Intruder says, yes, I like the idea. Now, here Gerard now comes to this in his mind. He is now confirming himself that, okay, that he wants to kill me, he wants to take my identity, and that's why he is here. Now, he has and intruder further explains. He further explains that why he has chosen Gerard. Because he saw when he was in Aylesbury, he saw two people were talking about Gerard, and they called him a mystery man, because Gerard was a friendless person. Not many people were there to not many people were his friends, or it is there that Gerard is a loner. He doesn't like many people in his home or in his life. So for the people also, is a mysterious person, so many people do not know who Gerard is. So, and this, when two persons were talking about Gerard, he was standing and listening, and at that time he made his mind to kill Gerard and to pose like Gerard. Now, Gerard again says, "For God's sake, clear that muddled head of yourself and let's go. Come with me in the car, and you have still got your gun." Now, Gerard now very well is now sure that he will be killed by the intruder. Now, to save himself, maybe that's why he had made his plan. He has made a plan in his mind that he should take him in his car. And why the intruder is going with him? The intruder is going with him because he is going to take the car to a lonely place where he is going to kill Gerard, and then he is going to throw the dead body in the forest or in an area where nobody goes. So it is easier, because if the intruder kills him inside his cottage, then then the blood is going to come out and other things are going to be there, and then he has to wipe it out. So for that reason, intruder is also interested to go with Gerard in his car, or it is there that he wants that he may throw the car from a hilltop with the dead body of Gerard. That intruder might be thinking, but Gerard has something other in mind, that how to save himself, that you are going to get in the next slide. Now Gerard says, then don't waste time, and goes and picks up the hat and bag. Now here Gerard takes his things, that now enough is enough. I know very well what the intruder wants, what is the in the background of the intruder. I do not want to know more anything else. So he says that I should not waste time, and he picks up his hat and bag. Now you can very well see, this is the picture from the chapter itself in the beehive. In that one you can very well see that when Gerard and intruder were walking, he suddenly pushed the intruder inside the cupboard. His revolver fell down, or the gun fell down, and he tried to forcefully close the cupboard so that he can overpower him. Now here you may also find Gerard that he has enough force and power to overpower this particular intruder. Now again the first line is coming into again the first line of the drama is there, that both are of same build and height. Now here that very well matters. Now the dramatist, for example, wanted to put them equally. He doesn't want that Gerard should be a tall person and the intruder should be of short of height, or intruder is physically much more powerful than Gerard. So it was nothing like that. Both were put equally. Both have equal height, both have equal physicality, both have equal strength. So that is there. But the only difference was there that Gerard in particular had better thinking, or having more ideas, and he was a wise man. So that was a difference between Gerard and intruder, because we do not know the educational background of the intruder, that how much he studied, or whether he has not even completed school. So we do not know anything. But Gerard has better understanding of life, that how to save himself wisely. Why he was telling the intruder to come with him? The reason, because so that both will be walking and suddenly he is going to attack the intruder. Gerard is going to attack the intruder and can overpower him, and he knew that what he has to do. He has already made up his mind that like this I am going to overpower the intruder, and I am going to push him inside the cupboard and going to lock it so that I can be safe. Now in the end, this is the most important part is there, that why this play is important, the importance of the play, why this play is taught to you. The reason, because to deal with problem situation. Now the life is extremely complex. You are the students, and you will be facing lot of problems all your life. It is not that the life is bed of roses. So if any problem situation is there, how you are going to deal with it. So those things, how you are going to use your thinking wisely, and thinking wisely so that you can do, because this is a play between an intruder and a Gerard, for example, that here scuffling and those things are there. But at the same time, sometimes you have to have in your mind how to protect yourself, how to go further. So a problem situation is there, and how the dramatist has solved it. So this particular thing may not happen in your life. Agreed, may not happen in your life, but these type of incidents may happen. So how you are going to be dealing with it. And here the most important part, Gerard was never nervous. When he was communicating, he was trying to convince the intruder, and with proper application of mind. So at the same time, communication was there also, application of mind was there also, what I'm going to do next. He was here, if we are going to find the communication, here he is trying to convince the intruder, and intruder fell into the trap of Gerard. It was not there that the intruder wanted to, because the intruder never knew that Gerard is going to behave like this one, and he was thinking that he is going to take him to the car, and he is going to kill him, and he is going to throw his body to a place where nobody goes, or in a forest, something like that. But Gerard has in his mind, because he was well versed with his Scottish, that I'm going to take him side by side, and then I am going to push him, his gun is going to fall, and then I'm going to lock him in the cupboard, and I'm going to call the cops. When you are going to read this particular play, you are going to find that in the end, Gerard calls the cops. The police is there. So how communication and application of mind goes side by side, and it is applicable to you also, because you are young, you are students, but you have to know the proper mode of communication with full confidence. So that you have to keep in mind whenever you are communicating with somebody, or when there is a problem, you should not be nervous. Thank you.